Good afternoon. This is Drummer Dad here, and just want to do a real quick video discussing spending time with your children and the importance of it. Just to give a quick little history, I'm disabled, and I have a disability in my back where it's very painful, and there's a lot of things that I miss out on because of this. It's just a fact. It's the way it is. It's everything's a trade-off. If I do a bunch of things one day and then the next possibly 3 or 4 days I might not be doing anything to try to recoup. And anyway, the nutshell of this is not to necessarily get in is just to basically lay down that there's a disability there. And basically what just happened here, like maybe 15 minutes ago or so, my wife just took my two daughters out to meet my mother-in-law and their cousin to see the movies. And I was supposed to be going. As in fact, I had another appointment this morning that I was supposed to go to that I missed as well. And I guess what I'm getting at here is, I mean, it's like I have a disability, and I missed him because I missed it. But I guess it got me thinking that it's Sunday afternoon. I know it's not football season. I'm not very much of a sports guy, so I'm not. But I do. I did used to watch a lot of sports back in the day, and so I know it's not football season. But it's Sunday afternoon. A lot of guys that I know, dads or otherwise, like to spend their Sunday afternoon just hanging out, watching some TV or the games or whatever. And I'm not saying that that's not cool at all, but like if your wife and children are going somewhere though, and you're sitting home maybe because you want to watch a show, I'm not saying that there's never a circumstance when that's cool. Because I mean, some maybe you just went out the last 3 or 4 days or whatever, and it's just a trade-off, and you're resting today or whatever. But if that's not the case, and if you're just just want to chill home, maybe think about going out with your wife and kid and spending some time with them, some quality family time, because those are the things that are going to matter later, I think. We as fathers and mothers, whatever, I mean, just as parents, but I guess I'm speaking from the dad angle, but just, we need to set an example. We need to be there. We need to, let them know that they can come to us, that we're there for them 100%. And, be a part of their lives now, and hopefully will be a part of their lives in the future. I think there's a lot of things that we miss out on in life because it only takes one person to necessarily do it. So why take two? You take the kids here, do this, or I'll take the kids there and do that. And sometimes it is efficient to do things that way. I'm not, sometimes I do take the kids out and my wife is here, and it is just to relax. And sometimes she takes the kids out, and it is specifically just to let me relax. So I'm not saying that there's never a time to do that, but what I'm saying is maybe just to analyze in your life, and just make sure that you're keeping that in check. And you're also putting in the time to go out with them as well, because the family is it's the mother, the father, and the child. It's not just dad taking the kids on errands or mom taking the kids on errands and the other person. It sometimes it works out that way, but sowing seeds for the future. I think that it's better off for all of us, mother, father, children, to always be in the picture with each other as much as possible. So, that unit is reinforced. But anyway, like I said, I'm not trying to get out there, SO, all this kind of stuff, and, whatever. I'm just saying, it's something to think about, because I just thought about it right now. Honestly, I have 2 or 3 videos that I had recorded that I was trying to edit, and I just haven't been, because of my back. I haven't been doing any of that really. But I felt the need to do this video real quick right now, just because, like I said, my wife and daughters just left a few minutes ago, and it was just like I'm just really bummed out by it. And then it's just like I kind of started thinking, I wonder how many guys are sitting around that don't have, that are just that don't realize what they're missing, because I'm not trying to say that I'm better than, that's not the point here. Like, because of my disability, I'm afforded a lot of time in my head, and I get a lot of time to think, and just a lot of time to reflect on, my life, and just choices that I've made, whether they went right or wrong, and how to, balance that for the future. And just, for me, it is something that I feel is important to keep in the front of your head, because it's easy to get into any kind of a rut or a routine per se, and look up 3 years down the road and then start wondering, well, what happened, why I don't know my wife or my children, or my, or from the other way around, my mother, I don't know my husband or my, as much, because I've been, like I said, it's, as I'm watching them leave, I want to be with them, and it sucks that I'm not, and it just made me think, to maybe give some of the other dads out there a reminder that, there's going to be times, like I'm already, my daughters are 4 and 2, and, I've already, like, wow, I've lost my babies. I mean, I used to swaddle them. I can't swaddle them anymore. I can't do nothing like that anymore. Now, we do have another baby due in January, so, I'll get my swaddling blanket back out and all that again. And, I'll get the extra nosy kissies and all that kind of stuff. But, it's just, like I said, it's cool watching, my oldest is very smart, and she's just, she talks just very eloquently, and just very, she just puts her thoughts together very good. And, even my youngest, I mean, she's the same way. And it's awesome watching them grow, and watching them, grow. But it's also sad, because it's like, man, it's like these kids are only, their babies are already growing up. So it's like, it makes me think, for the future, that, wow, if, like, the first 4 years, because they're actually going to be 3 and 5 in November and October coming up. So, if 5 years can go by that fast, like, wow, like in a minute, I'm going to blink my eye and they're going to be 10 and 8. And then they're going to be, 15 and 13. And it's just like, I just start thinking, like, wow, I'm just trying to grasp the moments now that I can. So it just, like I said, it's just kind of food for thought that I come out with, that, to spend some time with our wife and children, as much as we can, because there's going to come a time when we're going to wish that we did more. There's always, and that's for everybody in life with things. There's always a time when you're going to wish that you could have, wow, if I just would have, and lots and lots of reflection is good to help remedy those kinds of situations. It's, I don't think you ever remedy everything, because it's just, life is just too dynamic. But anyway, at the cost of starting to ramble and get further off the topic and stuff, I wanted to put that out there. And yeah, any opinions or whatever you have in the comments, I feel free and welcome them. Just, keep it civil and respectful, for all of us. And, yeah. All right. So, cool.